how do you know when it's time to say, follow that thing that excites you a little bit more about the service arm, which is going to take your focus off of the current direct to consumer filter, piece of it? How do you know when it's right to make that next, to switch your focus, which is still big picture, still focused, but in the next, 3 quarters, 6 quarters, 8 quarters, not focused?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it comes down to you have to know when you've saturated a sales channel.
Okay.
And I think like the advice I get to early entrepreneurs oftentimes is they try to diversify their sales channels too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you started,
Right.
scaling on Facebook with the Shopify store, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, and you're selling something that like you figured out a way that you can spend X amount of money and get your Y return consistently. And then you say, oh, I'm doing this well. I'm going to go do it on TikTok now. I'm going to go do it somewhere else. I think that really what you should do is you need to scale that Facebook channel until you no longer can scale it anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like when I say in that kind of early on, I think people diversify way too early, oftentimes in sales channels, because they have not earned the right yet, because they haven't maximized the one thing that they actually understand, because they see
That's
the
right.
shiny object somewhere else, right? And so I think that that's super important. But like you have to look at like my business, for instance. If I just wanted to stick in the pleated air filter market, like basically 1 in 3 pleated air filters purchased online are a FilterBuy air filter today.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means we have, somewhere around 30% market share, depending on what I look at in the
Right.
online air filter market. And it's very difficult to go from 30% to 50%, for instance. I mean, over
Yes.
time, I hope we do. But it's like at some point you do hit saturation, right? It's like our direct to consumer business is at a more mature stage of a business. And so, I spent, a decade building the systems and the infrastructure to support that, and the customer base to support that. But, it's a robust and, fairly stable business that is not going to grow at the rate,
Yeah.
I want to wake up and spend all my time doing. So, as I
Right.
told you 2 years ago, I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I sell this business and move on with my life, or what do I want to do? And I did not want to do that. And so for me, that means expanding
Mm-hmm.
my scope, right? I mean, that's really the only option that I have if I
For
want to
sure.
continue to grow and to grow into something big. But if I was early on in my journey, what
Yeah.
I would say is, you got to go out and earn that right
That's
by
right.
maximizing the sales channels. Go
That's it.
get to that 30% market share or whatever it is, and then you earn the right to go and do it. And most people diversify way too early in that. But it's like if I sat here and I believed, oh, I could 10 times my business today just focusing on my core product,
On the one.
then
Yeah.
I would 100% be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm at a scale now that is not
Yeah.
realistic. So I
Okay.
have no choice but to expand.